Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel, your dedicated space for all things sleep. Tonight we're dimming the lights to talk about something that many of us have experienced but few of us discuss as adults, the fear of the dark. Whether it's a lingering childhood unease or a full-blown phobia, nyctophobia can significantly impact your sleep quality and overall well-being. So let's shed some light on this common fear and explore how we can find comfort and peace when the lights go out. First, let's understand what we're dealing with. The fear of the dark is one of the most common fears, especially in children, but it often follows us into adulthood. Why? It's not usually the darkness itself we're afraid of, but rather the unknown that it conceals. Our brains are wired for survival, and our primary sense for detecting threats is our vision. When you turn off the lights, you're essentially turning off your main defense system. This sensory deprivation can trigger a primal fear response. Your imagination kicks into overdrive, filling the void with potential dangers, whether it's a strange noise from the kitchen or the shape of a coat that suddenly looks menacing. This is a natural, evolutionary response. Our ancestors were more vulnerable to predators at night, so a heightened sense of alertness in the dark was a survival advantage. The problem is, in our modern safe bedrooms, this ancient alarm system can become a major obstacle to a good night's sleep. So how does this fear physically affect our ability to sleep? When you feel anxious or afraid, your body enters a fight-or-flight state. Your adrenal glands release cortisol and adrenaline, the stress hormones. Your heart rate increases, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid, and your muscles tense up. Your mind becomes hypervigilant, scanning for any sign of danger. This state is the polar opposite of the relaxed, calm state required for sleep. You can't simply will yourself to sleep when your body is primed for a threat. This creates a frustrating cycle. You're anxious about the dark, which prevents you from sleeping, which in turn makes you more anxious about not sleeping. It's a feedback loop that can lead to chronic sleep issues and even insomnia. Recognizing this physiological response is the first step toward breaking the cycle. Let's talk about the psychological aspect. Our minds are powerful storytellers. In the dark, the normal creaks and groans of a house settling can become footsteps. A shadow can become an intruder. These thoughts, while irrational in the light of day, feel very real in the dead of night. Past experiences can also play a huge role. Maybe you watched a scary movie that stuck with you, or experienced an unsettling event at night as a child. These memories can be deeply embedded in our subconscious and get reactivated when we're in a similar environment, like a dark, quiet room. It's important to acknowledge that these fears, even if they seem silly to your rational mind, are valid. Your emotional brain is reacting to a perceived threat, and dismissing or fighting that feeling often makes it stronger. Now for the good news. There are many effective strategies to manage and overcome the fear of the dark. Let's start with your environment. The goal is to make your bedroom a sanctuary of safety and comfort. This process, often called sleep hygiene, is crucial. First, consider dim lighting. You don't have to plunge your room into absolute darkness. A soft nightlight, a string of fairy lights, or a salt lamp can provide just enough illumination to soothe your mind without disrupting your melatonin production. Opt for warm, amber-toned lights, as blue light can interfere with your sleep cycle. You could also use a smart bulb that you can program to dim gradually over time, helping you ease into darkness. Another powerful tool is controlling the soundscape. If unsettling silence or strange noises are the problem, a white noise machine, a fan, or an app that plays calming sounds like rain or ocean waves can be incredibly helpful. This consistent, predictable sound can mask startling noises and give your brain a soothing stimulus to focus on instead of potential threats. Beyond your environment, let's work on your mindset. This involves cognitive and behavioral techniques. One powerful method is called structured worry time. Instead of letting anxious thoughts run wild at bedtime, set aside 15-20 minutes earlier in the evening to actively think about and write down your fears. Acknowledge them, and if possible, brainstorm rational responses to each one. For example, if you fear an intruder, remind yourself that your doors are locked and your home is secure. Once your worry time is over, Make a conscious decision to put those thoughts away for the night. This practice helps contain your anxiety to a specific time, preventing it from spilling into your bedtime. Another technique is progressive muscle relaxation. Starting with your toes and working your way up to your head, systematically tense and then release each muscle group. This physical act of releasing tension sends a powerful signal to your brain that it's safe to relax, counteracting the fight or flight response. Let's also explore the power of positive association. Your brain needs to relearn that your bed is a place for rest, not fear. To do this, establish a relaxing pre-sleep routine that you perform every single night. This routine signals to your body and mind that it's time to wind down. This could include things like taking a warm bath, reading a lighthearted book, no thrillers, listening to a calming podcast or guided meditation, or gentle stretching. The key is consistency. Over time, your brain will start to associate these activities with sleep, creating a conditioned response of relaxation. Avoid stimulating activities before bed, like scrolling through your phone, watching intense TV shows, or working. The blue light from screens and the mental stimulation can heighten anxiety and make it much harder to fall asleep. Create a buffer zone of at least an hour before bed that is dedicated solely to calming activities. Mindfulness and meditation are fantastic tools for managing any form of anxiety, including fear of the dark. Mindfulness teaches you to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. When a fearful thought pops into your head at night, instead of getting swept away by it, you can learn to simply notice it as just a thought. You can say to yourself, "I am having the thought that there is a strange noise." This simple act of labeling creates distance between you and the thought, reducing its power over you. Guided meditations specifically for sleep or anxiety can also be incredibly effective. They walk you through calming visualizations and breathing exercises, giving your mind a peaceful path to follow instead of a fearful one. There are countless free apps and videos available, so you can experiment to find a voice and style that you find soothing. Breathing exercises are another simple yet profound way to calm your nervous system. When you're scared, your breathing becomes quick and shallow. By consciously slowing it down, you send a message to your brain that the danger has passed. A great technique is the 4 to 7 8 breath. Inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 7, and then exhale completely through your mouth with a whooshing sound for a count of 8. Repeat this cycle 3 to 4 times. This technique acts as a natural tranquilizer for the nervous system and can quickly reduce feelings of panic and anxiety. You can do it any time you feel a wave of fear, whether you're just getting into bed or you wake up in the middle of the night. It's important to remember that overcoming a deep-seated fear takes time and patience. Be kind to yourself throughout this process. Some nights will be better than others, and that's perfectly okay. The goal is progress, not perfection. Celebrate small victories, like falling asleep a little faster or feeling a little less anxious than the night before. If your fear of the dark is severe, causing significant distress or panic attacks, and these self-help strategies aren't enough, please consider seeking help from a professional. A therapist, particularly one who specializes in cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, can provide you with tailored strategies and support to overcome your phobia. There is no shame in asking for help. It's a sign of strength. Remember, a peaceful night's sleep is not a luxury. It's essential for your mental and physical health. Thank you so much for joining me for this lecture. I hope these insights and strategies help you find more peace and comfort in the quiet of the night. You deserve to feel safe and relaxed in your own space. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more deep dives into the world of sleep. Sweet dreams, and see you next time.